Left side.
Multiple hostiles incoming. Time to earn your keep.
Left hip off the line.
Move in, move in, move in. Making my way to the stairs inside. All right, let's get in position for breach. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Put it on him. Enemy down. Move it up, move it up.
30 seconds remaining.
Found the access point over here.
10 seconds remaining.
Hostile KIA.
Data transfer flight. Black Hat operation complete. Data acquired. PlayStation.
Firewall coming out was really surreal for us.
Out of the gate, we definitely had a lot of positive reception from what we've experienced in game, from what we've experienced through social platforms and keeping tabs on Community Pulse.
It has really just continued to grow since then. We have different communities all over the world.
It's really rewarding that all of this effort has been appreciated by so many people.
I like to play the game too at home, hearing what people say.
It gives us the drive we need to make better maps, make better features. I think we hit something here, and people love it.
Firewall Zero Hour is a 4v4 PSVR first-person shooter online multiplayer game.
VR gives this whole new dimension of scale.
I feel like because it's a VR game, people have this sense of presence when they're inside the game with everyone.
Feedback from the community helped.
Welcome to the North American Firewall League match between RedRum Team 1 and the Notorious Assassin crew N.A.C. I'm your host, Chris Wolf, also known as the Wolf Craze, and I'm just going to be here commentating a little bit on the match that we see today. If you could bear with me, I need to add a whole nother source if my mouse worked with me here. So, come on. So this is some of the problem that I run into, some of the problems I do run into when trying to, let's see, media source, browser source, that's what I want. When I'm trying to capture some of this footage for you guys, I have to make adjustments. And I try to do it before I even start, but unfortunately sometimes that does not work. So just bear with me here for a moment as I make some of these changes. Bring this down here. Hope you guys are ready for an awesome match. I know I am. And I will commentate to the best of my ability. And don't worry. Okay, the channel is intended for mature audiences. Awesome. Well, we are a mature audience. So give me a second while I try to figure out what these dimensions were again. 90 seems right, so let's just do 90. I think it was 110 for those. Nope, 120. There we go. 120. Done. Let's bring this bad boy, make it nice and big here. Oops. That's what she said. All right, and let's right click, interact, start watching. Oh, why is this happening? Take time, guys. Don't try to outshoot them. Be smart. So I hit the interact button and it won't allow me to interact. So we may be running into issues here. Trying to share this on my stream, but won't let me because it says it is for mature audiences. LOL. Apparently sent too quickly. Let's see if we can get it. All right. Well, it won't let me. This is a bit frustrating. I know that, okay, Frosty's up. Maybe we can just watch from their end. So, give me another hot second, guys.
Chico.
Not pause. I did not want to pause.
Whenever, go ahead and come over to the team.
Pulling up the second live scene here.
Guys.
He's confused again.
I'm going to try and interact as fast as possible here.
We'll just start a warehouse. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, why not? Alright.
And again, I apologize. I tried to get this set up beforehand, but I did encourage people to have their streams
That's dope, duh.
up early enough so I can get all this set up. But thank you for bearing with me here. Right, 58, top, was it 100? Let's do 90.
Frosty goes when team's ready. Frosty goes when team's ready.
Yeah, I'll go 9 when we're ready.
Hey, so do you guys want me to bring a door blocker?
Oh, you want to
be a door opener?
Hold on, let me just post the string. Hold on, let me just post the string link.
Oh, sorry, give me a second. Really trying my best here. Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of the double sound.
Yeah, hold on, boys, I'm not ready yet. I gotta switch this fucking shit around here.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna grab a cup of water real quick.
Well, I'm gonna grab a bottle of water. Well,
Yeah, that double sound will go away.
I was prepared to have my water at 8:48.
Listen, I gotta go pump the well, bro. Listen, I gotta go pump the well. Let's go, people.
Fucking
10 after.
Let's go, people.
I have to pump the well, man.
Okay. Hopefully there's no double sound now. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for coming out. PSVR Assassin, so glad to see you're here. Karen, so glad to see you're here. Pharaoh, Jay, thank you guys for coming on in. Titch, thank you for coming on in. Crazy, thank you for coming on in. I was trying to get 2 scenes up here. As you can see, I'm ready to switch between them, but unfortunately I cannot get this one to work. So we're going to have to view from the perspective of Frosty's team. Oh, son of a gun, you're telling me I have to do all that again. Oh, goodness. Guys, I am so sorry. I wanted this to go a little bit smoother. Hence the reason why I wanted people to have this stuff set up beforehand, so I could get it all set up beforehand. But I didn't get any cooperation, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're live. I'm not touching this anymore. We are looking from the perspective of Notorious Assassin crew.
So we got me and Yob.
All right, so it looks like they're starting at warehouse, and they are choosing to attack first. All right, so it looks like they're approaching from the right side here. So he's running, it looks like most of them are running with CQBs. That's the normal loadout that people run. No problem, Eat More, thank you and welcome. I'm a little behind, so I apologize if this particular round I'm not very on point for what's happening. So it looks like they're spread out. It looks like RedRum is holding the back end there to the best of their ability. And they're gonna, they're up on top. Okay, so they're gonna have the upstairs advantage. There's a chance someone might be under these stairs, so he has to be careful as he moves around. Chucking grenades. They're holding down this back here. They can't get jammed up on those stairs there. they're running in a straight line. That's very dangerous, especially when grenades start flying. Okay, they're chucking grenades of their own. Alright, Frosty's looking for the flank there. God only knows, they're probably going to push a flank. Oh, and it looks like... yeah, well, sometimes you got to waste those grenades, Pharaoh. You got to allow them to waste their grenades. Frosty Boy dropping another one. Looks like RedRum is going down. N.A.C. able to capitalize and take out the entire RedRum team. And they're moving on in. They're going to capture the laptop here. They're looking for jammers, it seems. At the moment, they don't hear any. They don't see any. That was a good push by N.A.C. Yet there is a jammer, so now they got to go find that. It's probably on top of this box here. Alright, looks like they found the jammer, and that's where the spot was. And N.A.C. takes that round on the attack. Very well done, very well played. They took their time, which you definitely have to do. But they pushed pretty hard. But they're, you know, for those who don't know, N.A.C., they're at the top of the league right now. They have upwards around 87 points during the last time I checked of the leaderboard. They're holding the #1 spot with 87 points, and RedRum1 is holding number 8 with 44 points, I believe.
Good game, good game.
I'm going to adjust this crop real quick here. Please, again, bear with me.
Yeah, you're right. Restart now. Just back out.
We're just gonna go to 60 here.
Yeah.
There we go. Move that down.
Chico.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody can hear Chico.
No, no one can hear Chico.
Alright, Chico.
Alright, defending the...
So now they're going to go back to the warehouse. Now, keep in mind, this tournament is operated by points. So it's you go throughout the entire season and you collect as many points as you can. The most you can actually get is 12 points. That's 3 maps per team. Each map is played twice. So that's 6 total rounds per team, which in total is 12 rounds per match. So you can get upwards around 12 points. And it seems as though RedRum has lost the first and is now 0-1.
I can't get a picture out of my head, Kino.
Smoking hot, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like they lost someone, unfortunately, and that's the that's firewall for you. The network isn't always perfect.
Damn.
That was cold-blooded. That was next level shit.
I'm just pulling up my
dad even said
Twitch here
I showed him the picture.
so that I can read your chat. I do apologize. I'm kind of rushing to catch up just a little bit. Because unfortunately I couldn't get prepared sooner, so I do apologize about that. I hope you guys are understanding. I hate Warehouse, Pharaoh. That is 100% true. I'm not a big fan of the Warehouse. I will play it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Alright, so the team that makes up the notorious assassin crew is Frosty Boy, Gutos, Daddy Kino, that's not my yob, and Iron Man. I'm going to see if that list is still true. There's Gutos, Iron Man, Frosty Boy, and that's not my yob. So yes,
I heard Chico.
Iron Man seems to have been the sub. Daddy Kino is not in here. The team that originally made up RedRum Team 1 was SoFlo, Crazy Strings, Killer Cooper, Where's Walter, JJ, and Joshua Dobak. But today, they are running as SoFlo, JJ, Crazy Strings, and Chico.
Hey Chico, SoFlo said go party chat.
Yes, L. I want to run both perspectives, and unfortunately, I cannot access JJ's account. It will not allow me unless I click the start watching. He has that security up specifically to instruct people or let people know, inform people that it is adult-based. It's all adult-based content.
Don't worry about it.
So,
No, D330 is good. You're not good.
kinds of things I could add to the stream.
I swear, man, we're gonna have to ask him to be our captain.
Yes, I'm aware of that, my
That's
friend.
the second time I said that today.
But that was the original team, and they did undergo some roster changes. RedRum did, but to my understanding, RedRum is with the roster that they have now. They've been playing together for a while, and they're very solid team.
Cooper's decent.
Yeah, I thought he's gonna play.
So I haven't watched much of N.A.C. However, they're clearly doing very well. They're at the top of the league at the moment with 87 points from last update I saw.
I wonder if can you get bootleg TVs in China, bro?
Hell yeah, I bet you can.
What's that? Bootleg TVs.
Let's see back.
Like you know how they have bootleg.
You get SoMe.
Yeah, he does.
So at the moment, we're just waiting for them to get all set and for someone to go to none. So the way teams typically communicate here, especially if some of the teams
Thank you
want
for pointing
to.
that out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to.
They call him Beast.
Yo, Fire Titan, you're a legend, bro.
All right, I had to turn down my speakers a little bit. So the way teams usually communicate is through going to none. So when you set up a private chat in Firewall, or not private chat, a private lobby in Firewall, teams like to go into their own private chats so that they can talk strategy and stuff.
You need to restart your shit.
All right.
Seems like someone's restarting.
How about you guys both restart your shit?
Take that
It's 9:15, man. This shit should
Take
be
that
done.
drift.
So we got one round in, and we're about 20 minutes into this. So the way they usually communicate is when one team is ready, they'll go to the none, and that will signify to the other team so that they're ready to play. Teams like to go into a private chat so they can talk strategy. And in this particular case, it would be beneficial that both teams go into private, but usually it's just one.
Hey, what do you think if we all just went party chat in the same room? And just played all the matches like that.
To remove.
That would be a little crazy.
Like library?
The alert box, not the chat box. Where's my text?
Yeah, nobody talks.
But only, all right, so listen, only 2 people.
Oh, there it is.
Have on each team, one person on each team has their voices shared, so the stream can only hear one person from each side.
Okay, so I'm gonna go look at chat real quick here. I'm just okay. What are your thoughts about running frags for offensive? I have no idea what they're talking about. In warehouse specifically, it all depends on the setup, really. They are talking about bootleg TVs.
Hey, can anybody hear SoFlo talking? I can't hear him talking.
So when it comes to running frags, the best equipment in warehouse is really player specific. Unless you play Sharknado, we don't have It's true. You know, some teams don't really care. In warehouse, it's all specific to the location of the laptop that you're trying to get to.
Crazy, dude.
Frags, I agree with Farrah that frags are generally very good regardless. But I would say that the frag grenades, because they don't explode obviously on impact, and they have yeah, they have to warm up and then they have to blow up. You know, there's actually a counter associated with it. They are best used in places like hotel or compound where there's small corridors or halls that you know that you can't get a frag up there because you know there's a staircase that just turns and it's really hard to get it up those stairs. So you want to be able to bounce a grenade off. Those are the situations that frags are best in. Frags are also very good in shoot house, especially if you're up on the catwalk and you need to chuck them down into a little hallway. That is also a great opportunity to use a frag grenade over an impact or over a sticky. In warehouse, it's difficult and you got to be careful. I've killed many people with frag grenades on warehouse. But it's usually in a room or it's underneath those platforms. Underneath those platforms, there's very little room to move. You can nail it. Like if you're on one side of warehouse and you throw it over a tank and you get it right underneath the platform and the people are sitting there, that's a great opportunity to capitalize on the frag being in your loadout. Because their explosion radius is a little bit larger than the impact and it is much more deadly. So you're more likely going to kill someone with a frag grenade than you are with an impact. And in a tournament like this, a lot of people run with a Kora or a Koro skill, which allows him to endure blasts from grenades and proximity mines and C4s much more than any other skill. So frags are good, but they have to be used strategically, particularly in situations that dictate their use. They wouldn't really make a lot of sense if you're, let's say, an FOB and people are wide out in the open and you can see where they are and you don't need to bounce anything because it's just big open space. It's better to bring impacts. Same thing can be said about newsroom, especially if the laptop is down where the newscasters or news broadcast table is. Right there, it's wide open, and it's a great opportunity for impacts, but it all depends on your play style. Yeah, see, hotel and district is great too, especially in the alleyways. It's very, very good. But it all depends on your play style and your strategy. I have no opinion either way because any kind of lethal that you can use and equip and that you're familiar with can be effective as long as you use it the way you're familiar using it. I'm partial to impacts. I used to be very partial to frags, but my tastes have changed and I now play impacts a heck of a lot more. One thing that people do use, which I don't know how many people here know or how many people who watch Firewall know, if you select ammo bags, which RedRum is very well known for having a lot of ammo bags, which is, kind of their signature. Not necessarily saying that they run with them all the time. I haven't played with them in a long time, but running ammo bags there can be an upside aside from just aside from feeding them or having extra ammo on hand. The ammo bags themselves are bulletproof. So if you're sitting in a place like in District where there are those concrete blocks, or if you're in FOB up on the rafters and there's those concrete blocks, you can put an ammo bag there and provide yourself a little bit more protection against fire. So instead of your head peeking out being the only target for someone to shoot, you can actually have an ammo bag there that protects your head so you don't get shot. And it gives you a little bit extra cover. So if you run with 2 ammo bags, you can set up a small wall of ammo bags right there. In feeding is a big taunting trademark that is frowned upon in tournament, but definitely encouraged in public matches. So I used to absolutely hate using impacts, but only because I sucked with them for a while. You're not allowed in my ammo bag fort. If you're not using motion sensor in League, you're doing it wrong. Walzer, I would have to agree that if one of your teammates is not running with some sort of motion sensor, well, the only motion sensor you can have, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. I strongly encourage that anyone who runs in a league match or just runs in a public match, at least one person on your team is running with a motion sensor, and get used to using it because you can't run with scout all the time. You running with the motion sensor actually allows you to free up a skill, which I don't think it's Skip. I think it's Raha who has the scout ability. Primarily, it saves you that skill slot to use for something else. Granted, you take away a non-lethal, you take away a tactical, piece of equipment. But I mean, unless you're on defense and you need a jammer, flashbangs and smokes at this level just aren't really helpful. Are the throwing knives popular yet? No. Not at all. Throwing knives are not popular. They're very hard to throw. I mean, mechanically on the gun itself or on the DS4 controller, no, very easy to use. Aiming it, however, is much more difficult, and you just don't see it. It could be great if your team is used to flanking, getting up behind people, sure, but the throwing knives you have to be so precise at doing. Is it a benefit to have? Yes, I would think so. But unless you practice it a lot and become a marksman at throwing knives, I don't really see it as being a good skill to actually have, unfortunately. I'm so glad to see so many of you here. Really appreciate it. If you enjoy what you're seeing so far, we're only about a half an hour in, and one one round in, so we still have a whole lot of rounds to go. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, be sure to hit that follow button. It's just that little heart icon over here. And if you really want to support me on a greater level, which you're not obligated to do so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you so choose. And I will try to do my best to continue to provide you this type of service in the future. Actual motion tracking would make them deadly if it's one throwing knife to kill. Yeah. Well, if you throw a throwing knife, it downs the person immediately. Seen it and laughing unbelievably loud. I suppose. I don't know. Lol is usually one of those emotes. Yeah, Titch has it right there. So I don't really see, again, I just don't really see much of a benefit to the throwing knives unless you're deadly accurate with them. And since most people run with revive pistols, having the throwing knives kind of acts as a sidearm.
Chico wasn't here yet.
But you, again, have to be very accurate.
Still can't hear him.
We're attacking warehouse.
So it was Psycho for it ever to be. Yes,
Chico.
yes, but even still, Assassin, I still think accuracy is very, very important. And since you don't really have a reticle, unless you're throwing it where you're aiming, unless you're throwing it where you're actually aiming down sight, I don't really see it as being beneficial. Again, it can act as your sidearm, especially when you're running with a revive pistol. I see almost nobody running with a standard pistol anymore. It's always a revive pistol, unless someone runs with the medic skill, the medic perk, where they can actually up someone from a down state rather rapidly.
Hang out back here, huh?
All right, so they're defending on the back end of the warehouse. There's really no chance for flanking. I believe the spawn point for Red Rum is in the top left. So for the direction that Frosty is looking now and in the back left corner, that's probably the direction that they're coming where they're spawning. Where they're going to be coming from, Red Rum is known for rushing, so there's a good chance they're either going to push that side or they're going to come all the way over to where Frosty is and push that side. As you can see, Frosty is putting up the ammo bagger, trying to find a good spot, and he decided not to put it up on a box to protect himself. Instead, he put it over on the floor. Here he has enough time to switch over to the barrels or move behind the barrels to protect himself.
We're split up way too much, guys.
He's glitching.
What do you mean?
What do you mean glitching?
He's got the hand on the laser behind the box.
Oh, head glitching.
Yeah, he's hand glitching, basically.
I don't know what this hand glitching they're talking about is, unfortunately.
Well, that's
wait
for them, bro.
Come push back here, man.
Well, thank you very much, Al. I appreciate that. So it looks like N.A.C. is just going to sit back here and they're going to defend. They're not actually going to push, but they are covering both sides now. They are running things a little bit risky here. They're kind of spread out. They're still within range of reviving each other, but it's still risky to split up this much. However, that really speaks to their comfort in each other's skills. I mean, if you can be split up this much, you have a lot of faith and trust in your teammates to actually perform and down people.
If you see he's there, I pop up and
they are really sitting back here, and it seems as though Red Rum is really taking their time. This is out of the norm for them, from my experience. They generally push. They might be playing this a little bit more tactically.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Even N.A.C. is trying to figure out where they are. They don't have any visuals. Even it sounds like they're in the far left, so they're pushing from the left.
oh shit.
They're calling out. They only see one over there. SoFlo has down Gutos. Iron Man got Gutos back up though. Chico down Gutos and eliminated Gutos. Now it's 4 against 3. Good shots from Chico and SoFlo, double teaming, getting Gutos down. Really pushing N.A.C. to be patient. Squad back up. Stay close to each other so they can get those revives. As I said, being split out that far is very, very dangerous. Titch, thank you. Wow. 100 plus 110 bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. So they know that they're pushing from the left. Red Rum might take the opportunity to regroup and then push on the right. But they don't have any motion sensors up, so they really don't have any idea or any advantage in figuring out where they're coming from. if they had some motion sensors and placed them up near some of the barrels or closer to the red door, closer to the entrances, they might have an idea of where RedRum's coming from. But right now, RedRum is taking their time.
Iron Man, you got my left?
Yeah, I got you.
They've got good comms. They're making sure they've got all of their corners covered.
Oh, middle. Red door. Yeah, I see
Seems
one
as though
in the red
RedRum's
door
coming through
with
the
Ninja.
red door, which is dangerous, but clearly they were
And,
able to identify that
I
NAC
think
was pushed all the way
Wait, hold
back,
on.
and they're
Yeah,
probably not
red
going
door.
to advance.
Two guys, red door.
Seems 2 players from RedRum are pushing through the middle.
One is by the tank.
Maintaining
one
cover.
is
Grenades
inside,
are
one is by the
out.
tank.
Iron Man, don't push. Got one in the
Iron
box.
Man getting some hit markers on. Frosty shooting too to provide support.
Grenades on us. Okay.
Oh, one is already pushing, guys, by the computer. Two guys by the computer.
A couple people are going towards the computer. It sounds like there's some comms. Sofo downing and eliminating Iron Man. It's now 2v4. And Frosty goes down. That's not my yob. Also goes down. Soflo going in and Crazy Strings cleaning up. What a push from RedRum. Taking their time to close in on NAC and wipe them out in their defensive corner there. Taking this round. Finding the jammer. Opening up that laptop. All 4 surviving. Kudos to RedRum for that push. That was a remarkable push. Mr. Cartoon, welcome. Thank you for coming on in, man. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope you just enjoy the commentary. Thank you for the host, Mr. Cartoon. Appreciate that. And for the follow. Thank you very much. Wow. All right, I'm just going to go back and read some of the chat here.
My stream so low because Wolf is doing it.
Is he?
I have no viewers. Yeah.
You can kill instantly with Psycho and a knife throw. This is true. You definitely could do that. There's definitely that chance, but again, you got to be so accurate with those knife throws.
Fucking nightmare that.
It's a decent stream. Thanks, Twitch. I appreciate that, man. It's a decent stream. Yeah, no, I do what I can. It should be insta-kill regardless because of the precision and speed it takes to use it. Yes, but then it could actually make it OP. The way that they balance it out is, yes, you have to be precise, but you actually get 3 knives to throw. Now, I never personally have used the throwing knives, but if you think about it...
Frosty, if you want, man, kick your...
If you think about it...
We'll swap out. Like
really, if you have 3 throwing knives, you should still have a knife left, because how else are you going to melee? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's any punching animation in this game, so you would still have to have a knife. So if you're throwing all 3 knives, does that leave you weaponless when you're in melee? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we're attacking.
I know, but we need... Okay. Yeah, we don't need that.
Let's see. I should cover all the league games. I would love to. I would love to. I've been trying to promote this just a little bit. You know, seeing if there are more people who want to. NAC asked if I could do this, and absolutely. I think, you know, I think not just, I don't think I should just be doing this, although I love to do it and I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I'd like to see a lot of people doing it. I think it's a great thing, and I think it's something that, you know, NAFWL really needs. I think the Pro League over in the UK needs it as well. I'd really like to see this expand and become more of an official esport, because right now Oculus is kind of dominating the VR esport league sector, and I think PSVR, a lot of people think, well, PSVR, you know, it's not as interactive, but this game, Firewall 0 Hour, is definitely a top tier game, and it definitely deserves a lot of that. It needs that support. It needs to be pushed to that next level so it can become an esport. Sofo, thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate it. I apologize. I was trying to have both streams up for Frosty and for JJ, but unfortunately, JJ has something that you have to accept. before you can actually watch the stream. And unfortunately, I couldn't interact with it and get into the match. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to have both up. Maybe in the future I can do it again and make it a little bit better. I can notice that the screen that I have right now up for Frosty is a little bit too large. You know, after the next round, I will fix that. But
she's sick.
And I want it to grow. Me too, Mr. Cartoon. I really love this game. I don't play it nearly as much as some of the players in here because I do like playing a variety. But I love this game. I love where it's going. I think it's got the capabilities of becoming an esport for sure. And if this can help promote it to that next level, I want to. So right now the score is 1-1. It's RedRum and N.A.C. both taking an attack point, which is great. Needs motion tracking. You can cover Sharknado too. I'd love to. Just make sure I get those links nice and early and those streams go up so I can set it up. Thank you, Sofla. Anytime, man. You guys let me know and I will always do this. Alright, so it looks like we're over here at Bunker. The starting point now, where the spawn points are, if you start there, there's a very strong possibility they're going to be at the other end. So that's why they kind of pushed out to the left here, so that they don't get stuck in the middle and just sitting in a firefight. Right now, it looks like N.A.C. is looking to get a flank, but it's really hard to tell. Yeah, but it looks like they're trying to push in for a flank. I can only anticipate RedRum is kind of setting up defensively and waiting for them to push. They probably went to the box room. I just saw a door blocker on the box room door. They're going to be sitting in there and they're going to be covering in there. I don't know if they could have put a jammer in there. There's a strong possibility that they could place the jammer and it's within close enough range to the laptop that, you know, they can protect it in there. But otherwise, they wouldn't have barricaded themselves in there without a jammer. I can almost guarantee that. Alright, so what N.A.C. does, which I really appreciate, is that they always, when they get the opportunity, they check all rooms. So it looks like RedRum is holding the back corridor here. They're literally just sitting in the back here, waiting for N.A.C. to move in. This firefight is insane. That's not my Yob. Rez's Iron Man, JJ downing. Oh, and RedRum pinching N.A.C. in that little corridor and taking the win. RedRum now up 2-1. Very good hold and push. First they lured N.A.C. into that back corridor where there was very little coverage for them to get behind, and they just pinched them. They forced them to get closer together and kept throwing grenades, which forced them to back up, and then RedRum just took it to them and pinched them. That was very, very good play by RedRum. Good on their part. Now they're up 2-1 against the top team in the league, N.A.C.
Attacking your guys' defense of it.
They're going back to Bunker, and now RedRum is going to be pushing. They're going to be on the attack just like N.A.C. was. I'm interested to see where the defensive spawn point is going to be. I highly doubt that it will, during this match, that it will actually respawn in the same spawn points that we just saw. But it's happened. Crazy things have happened in this game.
Let me grab something.
There's a whole bunch of scrubs in here, Titch. A whole bunch of scrubs.
I got what I wanted.
So again, I want to thank everybody for coming on out. I really appreciate it. I know there are many other streamers that you could be watching. I know that there are many other things that you could be doing, and the fact that you came out and watched this, I really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, please make sure to hit that follow button. If you really want to support me further, you have no obligation to do so, but you can hit that subscribe button. That can really help. And the more successful this becomes, the more I will actually do. I've gotten a lot of requests to do these, so if you are part of a league team, whether it's in North America or Europe or Australia, I don't care. Let me know and I will gladly do this for you. So it looks like they're sitting in the corridor here. This is where their defense is. This is a very tough spot to defend. So it looks like N.A.C. is just going to push out right into RedRum and take the upper hand here. Grenades going out. Frosty Boy taking out SoFlo. Crazy Strings knocking people out. Goodo's taking out SoFlo again. People getting revived left and right. Iron Man. That's not my Yob. moving in and taking out all of RedRum. JJ revived Crazy Strings.
He's inside the
So
building.
now it seems as though it's
Frosty,
4
he's
against
inside, he's
2.
in front of you. We're behind.
Frosty blocking them so they can't leave that room. That's not my job. Taking out JJ.
It didn't show the all.
And RedRum losing that round. What a miraculous push by N.A.C. Chucking those grenades, using that cover to the best of their ability. That was a really good push on N.A.C.'s part. Unfortunately for RedRum, they all got clustered right there in the middle, right there up on the platform, and unfortunately ate those grenades. Unfortunately, that seemed like that was their demise. But then again, expecting N.A.C. to come out and push like that when N.A.C. typically sits back on defense. I mean, they definitely caught him off guard there, but it was a good effort on both teams. And unfortunately for RedRum, N.A.C. came out on top.
No, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. That was good. That was good. You said
I have to say, for the 8th place team, RedRum1, they are really giving it to the first team in the league, N.A.C. N.A.C. already down 2 points. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. That just goes to show that any dog has their day, you know. It doesn't matter what place you are in terms of the leaderboard or for anything. What's up, Raz? Welcome.
Are we going district?
Jay, I'm so glad your shower was amazing. Showers are awesome, dude.
No, they're doing these.
Yeah, if you guys want to join my Discord, please be sure to do that. That I try to announce as much as I can in Discord. I'm still not very good with social media. You'll have to pardon, my ignorance at times. But I also do have a Twitter if you're interested, and I've been trying to post there as much as possible as well. Those two social media services are the best way to contact me if you want me to do some of this commentary. And I am trying to work in getting a co-host in here to work with me so that you don't just hear me talking all the time. But I love the chat going on right now. It's awesome. I'm sorry. Do you want me to just use your name? All right. Raz is Rob. He's my brother. I called him Raz to try to conceal his identity since there are so many people in here. But that's my brother, Rob. Rob, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming on in, man. I really appreciate it. We are going to have to get together. Let me know when your next day off is.
Frosty's ready. Off we go.
Yeah, Assassin. I really want a narrative partner. I really want to. I tried working it with Where's Walzer, but we couldn't get it set up for this week. I will attempt to get that set up again in the future with him through some other service like Skype or Duo or whatever is accessible, so that we can get him on here or get some other people on here. Co-hosting is definitely something that I need because I'm getting to a point where I need some water. So give me a second. Well, thank you, Mr. Cartoon. I appreciate that. I first did this just because I kind of felt like doing it. Okay, it looks like they're in the newsroom. I don't see this played very much. I don't see this map in this league very much, but it is a fantastic map. I think people are finally getting comfortable with the layout and getting to know the spawn points. So it seems as though that there's a slight delay in the audio. I do apologize. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you stream. Sometimes if the audio isn't always synced up with the video. But you don't typically see newsroom. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm so glad to see it. So right here, they're trying to take the upper hand. This is actually a very good spot to look out that window. You got a lot of protection. And here you can get the upper hand and get the advantage. A lot of people sit down there near the newscaster table. I don't believe that the laptop is going to be up here at all. There's a good chance that RedRum is sitting back, waiting for them to move and make a mistake. N.A.C. is being very careful and cautious and moving forward. This is a very open area, and you can easily get taken out in this area. In fact, I was just playing today, and that is a very hard area to push. So it's sitting in the back. So there are only 3 directions that N.A.C. can take in trying to breach this back area, and I can almost guarantee RedRum is watching each one of those areas. They're probably not sitting right next to the laptop. They're probably sitting in a room just outside of the laptop.
One in here, man. I'm gonna go left here.
Okay, so they're taking their time. They're creeping around, checking their corners. They are a little close. See, this is an area where frag grenades would be very helpful. Okay, so this is a huge room, and it looks like they have a motion sensor. So now they know which direction they're coming from, and RedRum has probably picked up on the fact that NAC kind of runs all four together.
Damn it.
Fuck, man.
One person.
All right, Chico taking out Iron Man. Unfortunately, moving a little too fast down that corridor.
Yeah, hold on.
Now we'll get back to the chat in a moment. Okay, they were able to break down that
right there. Yeah, where you
barrier
right
there.
One on your left.
They're taking their time.
Right. Immediate left and immediate right.
Iron Man is calling out from the comms.
Get him. Get me out.
Oh man, and it looks like RedRum was going for the
I'm
flank.
down. I'm dead.
Hold on.
Another one.
Right.
Put it 2 on.
Fuck, man.
Oh man, RedRum really taking it to them with those grenades. I could not even see who was going down fast enough to call it out. RedRum taking it to them, now up 3-2. Very good push. So it looks as though RedRum was drawing them to that corridor, throwing grenades. They were able to take out one person, and it seemed as though NAC was thinking that they were still there. In fact, some of the team members of RedRum are probably still sitting there, even though I can't see it from their perspective, protecting that area, and someone went to go to the flank, and NAC was not expecting the flank. They were hoping they could get the flank themselves, but unfortunately RedRum capitalized on that way before that they did, way before NAC did, and was able to take that round. Good job on RedRum's part. Those grenades were dangerous. That is an opportunity where a frag grenade would be perfect. If they were able to chuck a frag grenade down that hall, it would have bounced around. It would have forced RedRum to back up, and they probably could have capitalized on taking that hallway, because frag grenades are that much more dangerous. Can easily take out a couple of guys in just one explosion.
Both our teams, we can get these over pretty quickly.
But yes, thank you, SoFlo, for also keeping track. I really appreciate that, man. I'm just going to check chat right now.
Off we go.
Because I am looking at it through my phone, so I can have the image of the actual match up on my screen. It makes it a lot easier for me to see it and narrate. Oh, I forgot. Pharaoh, you said you might try to stop by. Yeet! I stream on Mixer through Xbox. That's awesome, man. I hope Mixer is going well for you. I've never actually checked that platform. But Jay, go ahead. If you guys stream, if you do your own thing, please promote. We're a community. We're trying to grow together. Please don't hesitate to promote yourself. I'm all for that. You threw that crazy? Yes, that was a very crazy firefight.
Yeah, we could put in. Wait. Yeah, we can put in.
All right. So now NAC is they are defending the office, and it looks like they are taking it to RedRum.
What do you think? Or no?
Rather than sitting back and defending, which is not that is not their style. They typically sit back and set up a really good defense. They might not be as comfortable here as I thought. They're going to barricade that to prevent a flank, but there's still doors on the other end that RedRum can come around. That's very dangerous. This is a very open spot. Yes, there's a lot of cover that they can get behind, but they're not using any motion sensors, it seems. That is to their disadvantage. I've noticed that they don't really use motion sensors. Instead, they're trying to listen very intently. In fact, a lot of the pros try to listen for footsteps, but the motion sensors have been very, very helpful for many, many people.
I got this hallway over.
So it sounds like RedRum is just on the other side of the wall of Frosty here.
Crosshairs try to attach to that thing that you're close to.
Damn, Yaba threw an impact on you, bro.
All right, he's clearly having some tracking issues. He keeps shaking his gun there. Right now, they're just kind of sitting and waiting. They are listening intently for RedRum. I don't hear any movement at all. There's a good chance that RedRum's not there, and if they are there, then they're either crouched or they're all running ninja. But if they were running ninja, we wouldn't have heard the footsteps earlier.
Relax, man.
I hear him.
Still looking down the hall. Everyone's checking their corners, making sure that they got the doors, protecting each other, and calling out where they see someone.
I hear him just crouching.
Yeah, I heard a crouch.
Okay, so clearly RedRum is moving nice and slow.
Yeah, I hear him.
They can hear him crouching and standing up. Maybe that's being done intentionally to kind of draw their attention away, allowing someone to flank, because this would be a good opportunity to draw someone else's attention. If they got a C4 on that door and where Frosty's looking, someone was drawing their attention right there. Exactly what I thought. Frosty dropping SoFlo. Crazy reviving SoFlo, but Iron Man taking SoFlo down again. That's 2 downs. Chico getting SoFlo up. If SoFlo goes down one more time, he's done. There's no revives there. JJ reviving Crazy. Frosty eliminating Chico. Gutos eliminating Crazy, and JJ is down as well. I believe SoFlo is the last one alive here. SoFlo downing Iron Man. Gutos getting Iron Man back up. But now SoFlo has the entire team to go up against. Frosty is out of ammo.
You're right. You're up here. Get the right.
SoFlo, the sole survivor, I believe, of this match. Guto's taking out SoFlo, and that will end this round. N.A.C. holding that very, very well. Very good work on N.A.C.'s part. Very intense. You could see it took a long time for the action to actually begin. But once the action begins, it gets really intense again, and very, very quickly. Those are very good grenades. Forced Frosty to move. Actually allowed SoFlo to survive all the way to the end. Those were good revives, but unfortunately those revives put them in a compromised position, and Crazy Strings and JJ got downed, as well as Chico. It put them in a very compromised position. I think what would have been better is someone tried to flank there. Oh, they're switching hosts right now. So right now, so they've just played a total of 6 rounds out of the 12. They're halfway through. So it's kind of courtesy to take a break, back out, and allow the other team to host. Some teams allow one person to host the entire time, especially if the stream or the hosting is going very well and there's no network issues. But it's entirely up to them. I know when I played in my last match, we just kept with the same person. But this is also a very respectful courtesy to the team that you're facing. I have to really give props to RedRum here. They're going up against the top team in the league, and they are bringing the heat. It is 3-all right now, and they're doing a fantastic job. It's a back and forth, a very respectful back and forth. I could see this really going either way in any direction. It could go in RedRum's favor. It can go in N.A.C's favor. I mean, these two teams are battling really, really hard right now. Assassin, yes, all of my streams over here on Twitch are always saved. So if you are ever interested in checking out any of my other content, please be sure to do so. I will create a playlist of all the commentary streams that I actually do for Firewall, and I'll put them in their own little folder so that they're more easily accessible to people. But yes, thank you for the promotion. I appreciate that. Any kind of promotion that I can get is great, of course, greatly appreciated. And I wouldn't do this if no one was interested. So again, thank you for stopping on in. If you haven't done so, please hit that follow button. If there are multiple, please keep this in mind. If there are multiple games happening in one night, I am going to try to pay attention to the Discord, the NAFWL Discord, and the NAFWL Facebook page to see if multiple games are happening, because if multiple games are happening in one night and one follows the next, I will stay and I will I will stream and commentate for both. I'll be sure to do that. And I do have commercials, so to say, I guess, like the First Contact Entertainment Dev Diaries, to kind of fill the space while we wait for other games to start. I don't have to worry about that today, because these matches are going quick and people are getting in nice and quick. And plus, there's a lot of chat going on. You guys are chatting it up, and I absolutely love it. You guys are great, keeping this alive and also giving me the opportunity to talk to people, because hosting alone can be difficult. But hosting with friends is easy. So thank you guys for coming on in. I'm just going to check the chat here real quick, because I am falling a little bit behind. I do apologize. Oh, wow, yeah. 3 up. Oh, crap. JJ is playing. JJ is super solid. everybody on both teams are super solid. I think they're all doing such a great job. Thank you for advertising that, Pharaoh and Titch. Those subs and especially those bits. If you guys want to shoot bits my way, that's entirely up to you. If you don't want to pay for bits, that's okay. If you're watching from a PC, you can always get free bits. Just make sure you hit that get bits and then watch ad, and you can watch ads and get free bits from time to time. So if you're interested in doing that, you don't want to pay anything, but you still want to support one of your favorite streamers. It doesn't matter if it's me, doesn't matter who it is. This is just helpful information. If you want to get free bits, you can watch ads and get free bits. That's how I get all my bits, and I save them up and I give them to my favorite streamers. 3 up. Yeah, SoFlo's dope. He's a really cool guy. Very passionate player. Yes, Walzer, I agree. These are very good games. Very, very good games. You don't know which way they're going to go until they start going in a particular direction.
Let's try it again then.
Smoke break. This is the only way I want to watch these tournament streams now.
Somebody invite
Oh, thank you, Eat More. I appreciate that, man. I will continue to do this as long as there's a demand for it. I will do my best to do these.
District, we're attacking, so we need fast movement.
No problem, Crazy Strings. Anytime, man. You guys just let me know, and I will try to commentate as much as possible. Because he's my dad. That would be cool, Assassin. That would be really cool. I will leave that up to the community to decide. I mean, if a lot of people want this type of content, especially to promote themselves and promote their team, I'm all for it. But I'm going to let the community decide that. Until then, I'm just going to continue to do this. And if people come in and say, hey, do this for my team, then I'll connect with them and we'll get it going.
Okay.
Over there, you spy.
I want free bits, but I can't get free bits. If you're watching from mobile, I think the Twitch app has removed the ability to watch ads on mobile, which is, it drives me crazy because that's my primary means of watching streams.
Right there, my heart is pounding.
Oh, Tish. Yeah, you're not a chump, man. Most people don't know about the ads. I always try to find, I'm like a discount shopper. That's what I do. He's the one found first. Okay. Just a real quick update. If you have not yet seen the community, not the community, but the dev stream of the new content for Cargo and Proxy, please definitely go check those out. It seems the new map Cargo seems to be reused assets of the boat from the map Docks. It's hard to tell because Docks is dark, but if you have not yet checked it out, please go to First Contact Entertainment YouTube channel and check out one of their most recent dev streams, so that you can check out the map Cargo. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's out in the middle of the waters during daytime. I really want them to bring rain as an element to the maps. That would be beautiful. They already added sandstorm. I'm sure they can add rain. So devs, if any of the devs are watching, please consider that. I'm sure you've already considered it. It's already on the table, but throw some rain in there, would you? Also, I didn't really get to see Proxy's skill. I don't even think that they showed Proxy, but they did show off the new concussion bomb, which very much like the motion sensor, you can stick to just about any surface, and if someone activates it, it concusses them, and boy does it concuss them for a long period of time. Makes you very slow, makes it harder to see, makes it fuzzy. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out and support First Contact Entertainment. I know people get very frustrated with them, but you know what, they've kept this game going and they've made it really good, and have made it what it is today. Now, as the new seasons come out and this tournament's still going on, the background will change. So what you see now for the overlay, Operation Dark Web, it's all orange specifically because it is Dark Web. If this had started back in Nightfall, it probably would have been all blue, but yeah. So it looks like we almost have just about everybody in here.
I knew you were doing District.
I am the community.
Oh yeah, I know what's coming. Motherfucker, you.
Oh, we gotta get some long range maps in there.
I'm just looking at chat again.
You know what? You know what? All right, I got you. I got you.
So they're running as a team of Akoros. I don't know if they've been doing that this whole time. You guys are going to have to let me know. That is something I did not notice. But it looks like they're all running with the CQB, which is the most popular gun in the game right now. It's got some of the best range. It's got some of the best damage impact. But the one benefit of Koro is that he takes that explosive damage. It also looks like Frosty's running with double time, so they're probably running with the explosive damage reduction and also the double time there.
You know
Which,
what I mean? Like,
I mean, if you think about it, that's probably the most popular because people might set up proximity mines. They might set up C4s. Clearly, there's a lot of grenade warfare in this game. So the chance of survival is increased if they run with the Koro or at least his skill. Explosive resistance. I love running with Skip and Miko. Those two are my favorite. Skip, because he has that extra ammo. I don't have to carry an ammo bag or anything. And I typically run Scout with him. So he's usually my defensive player, so I don't have to worry about running out of ammo on defense, and I can also see where they're coming in what direction with him. That's why I run with him on defense. Miko, obviously, she's got Ninja. She's great. You can run her with double time, but if you run, I'm forgetting the name of the skill, but it's the one where you can take down the door blockers a lot faster and a lot quieter. You can run that, especially on Shoot House. That'd be very beneficial. People put up a lot of door blockers on Shoot House, but if you run Miko, you can't be seen on the tablet, and you can also take down the door blocker nice and quietly and a lot faster than you typically would. So on Shoot House in particular, she's a very good advantage. Even if they're running motion sensors, the motion sensors don't pick up Miko. Ninja and double time is all that matters. For sure, Ninja and double time are amazing.
I think Yob is not around.
Yeah, the extra armor is very good, Mr. Cartoon. I agree. Having that extra armor it can come in handy. Raha and Miko for the win. That's awesome. I'm so glad to see that so many contractors are being used. I never see anyone run with Ruby though. I never see. I mean, unless you want to get more crypto, no one runs with Ruby. Defense, Scout, and Heavy Duty. Okay, Skip with extra flashbangs is too OP. I guess if you're good with flashbangs, it looks like we're still waiting on the person.
Guys. He's in game chat. I think he's trying to join us, giving them trouble. Hold on.
I'm gonna need more water soon.
I'm in here.
Run, Ruby. Ruby is great if you're doing, in my opinion, PvE. So player versus obviously the computer. Really, that's the only time that you could. I mean, aside from her being unique in that she's the only blonde, she's wearing a leather suit. She holds her hair in a ponytail. I mean, aside from her looks being unique from any other contractor in the game, her skill's kind of pointless unless you're doing a PvE match. No, you're right, Assassin. At this level, she really doesn't hold any value unless she's stealing.
Hey guys,
and unless you might as well just run PvE to do all
I'm trying
that.
to hear him. I can't hear him. He's having trouble. Just give me 1 second.
Oh, is the question, would you nail Ruby? I'll leave that up to chat to discuss.
Should we go party chat?
Well, Jay, if you ever have any questions, please, anytime that I'm on playing, go ahead and ask. I can always show you guys some stuff. All right, so from what it looks like, we might be running District next. We're still waiting on someone, it seems. Crazy string. It looks like Chico's not there. He may be having some difficulty coming on in.
So when they had us on Scout or the motion sensor, when I peep
that is not a problem, SoFlo. That it wouldn't be firewall without all these tech issues.
I ran away real quick
So for the time being, continue the chatter. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go grab some more water, and I will see you when I get back.
Yeah, so he just...
You know, there is a really passionate community for VR and a very passionate community for our game.
There's been a lot of challenges making a unique game for VR like this.
Operation Nightfall is very unique because it takes the concept of a battle pass and really just fleshes it out even further.
Missions in Operation Nightfall are free for everybody.
Whether you buy into the Operation Pass or not, you will still be able to work towards missions and earn some rewards throughout the entire season.
Rewards vary from cosmetics, including face paints, trinkets,
character skins, weapon skins.
If you're part of the Operation Pass, you can play extra missions that redeem extra rewards.
The idea for map really starts in the design phase. So basically the designers come up with an idea and they say, oh, that'd be cool, we should do a sandstorm. And everybody kind of laughed. And then everybody was like, well, wait, can we do a sandstorm?
There's something different about having a monitor in front of you versus fully immersing you in an environment where effectively your entire field of view is occupied.
Realistic rendering on a PlayStation 4 in VR is actually very difficult to do, which is why most VR games tend to have like stylized graphics. I think there's a higher sense of believability in our new environments, and it's extremely inspired by real-world reference.
This is the first time I ever had to make the sound of a sandstorm. So that was pretty fun. The detail that we go into on the sound design, it feels like the space is alive. And it's like a tiny detail, but I've really seen how like those details bring the experience to life.
Half of our player base plays PvE, so we really wanted to give some attention to that and really enhance that experience. So the AI is going to give much more of a challenge to the player. We want the players to feel terrified in there. We want them to feel like they're in amidst this battle with AI and they have to watch every corner and keep their head on a swivel. These guys are after you and they're dangerous.
With contractors, you know, we try not to be too formulaic. That didn't come in the way of any particular standard that we implemented or anything like that. It was just really an effort to make sure that they're special in their own right.
We have a contractor from Canada, Lynx. He comes with a skill called Unstoppable. That means he can self-revive if he gets dropped to a knockdown state. We already had Revive Pistol, but what if you're by yourself? We wanted one way to get a second win type of moment when players go down and the enemy thinks that they've won the match. We want players to perform sort of a comeback moment using Unstoppable.
We've really ventured beyond our comfort zone. We really pushed the tech as far as we feel like we can push it at the time. And we've made content selections that were a little bit more exotic.
There is some really cool stuff coming down the line too that I am really, really excited about. And I think everybody's gonna be excited too.
PlayStation. PlayStation.
Firewall coming out was really surreal for us.
Out of the gate, we definitely had a lot of positive reception from what we've experienced in game, from what we've experienced through social platforms and keeping tabs on Community Pulse.
It has really just continued to grow since then. We have different communities all over the world.
It's really rewarding that all of this effort has been appreciated by so many people.
I like to play the game too at home, hearing what people say.
It gives us the drive we need to make better maps, make better features. I think we hit something here, and people love it.
Firewall Zero Hour is a 4v4 PSVR first-person shooter online multiplayer game.
VR gives this whole new dimension of scale.
I feel like because it's a VR game, people have this sense of presence when they're inside the game with everyone.
Feedback from the
Okay, we are kind of back. Let me bring this back up. Thank you guys for sticking around. Sometimes technical issues happen when you are playing Firewall Zero Hour. So we do apologize, but that is the unfortunate part of playing this game. Sometimes you just run into network issues, but it looks as though everybody's finally back into the lobby and we are about to get started once more, going into the seventh match. Seventh round in this match. Firewall is technical. Sometimes I'm trying to be nice as much as possible. Anyone who's part of the Firewall community knows what Firewall is like, so I'm being politically correct as much as possible. I did see that we lost a few viewers. I do apologize. Unfortunately, that happens. Hopefully, some of you guys do come back in the future, and if not, please do come back and check out the stream post-stream. And for all of you who stuck around, thank you so much for sticking this out. I do apologize. There's only so much that we can actually control during these matches. But we're about to get started on the third match in this matchup between RedRum Team 1 and the Notorious Assassin crew. I know, Walzer. I can't allow it. It's unacceptable.
I was sending in a message, but.
All right, so I'm going to pull up the screen once more. It looks like N.A.C is attacking now that the host changes have occurred. I apologize, I need another sip of water. So here they're definitely going to be looking down the alleys. That's usually where they start. They might be at the other end. It all depends on whether or not RedRum is going to post up and defend, or they're going to push. So they're looking up the red alley here. Doesn't seem like anyone's there. He might be stationed here for a little bit just to protect his team from the flank. But it looks like they're moving up to the center where there's Sniper Alley right there. He's going back, checking the red staircase. Make sure that no one's coming down to push the flank. He's going to be moving up a little bit. This is dangerous. He has very little cover. The only cover he's really got is that box. It sounds like most of them are to the left. Someone's sitting behind that wall there. He's got a headshot, Frosty Boy. Down and crazy. JJ gets crazy back up, but he's checking those grenades. It's a very dangerous spot for RedRum Team 1. That is a very dangerous area back there. You can easily get caught by grenades, but it looks like they both survive. JJ getting crazy strings up, and they both get out of there and survive to fight another battle. It still sounds like they're pushing out left. They're hanging out towards the market in the back alley. Frosty peekabooing around the corner, finding a member of Team RedRum. Those cinder blocks are providing a lot of protection, but Iron Man downs JJ with a nice shot. Chico coming in, taking out Iron Man. Crazy picking up JJ. Now it's a 4v3. Those grenades are flying. That's not my Yob, barely escaping. Scratches all over the place. Frosty, red in the eyes. People are injured. If RedRum pushes here, I wouldn't be surprised. But it looks like they're holding back. They probably got just as injured with all those grenades flying and those bullets flying. Very dangerous push here. If I were them, I'd probably go around and try to take a different route. This is very dangerous. RedRum might be out of grenades, though, and it might just come down to a firefight here. Trying to peekaboo. They're running out of ammo, though. They dropped an ammo bag that can only be used twice. Now they have 2. Now they have 4 opportunities to reload. Still running low on ammo. This is going to be a heck of a firefight. Gudo's down in crazy strings. Just over those cinder blocks. Frosty getting dropped by SoFlo. That's not my Yob. Picking up Frosty. That's not my Yob. Eliminating himself. SoFlo down in Gutos. This is a very tough spot for NAC. They need to get out of here or survive. Take someone out. Gain the upper hand in some way. Frosty seems to be the last survivor. Taking out Chico and SoFlo. Crazy reviving Chico. Oh my goodness. He's out of ammo. He's completely out of ammo. He needs to race back to the ammo bag and get the ammo if he can. I don't know how those two survived. Wow. How did Gutos and Frosty survive that? SoFlo and I think JJ's been down a couple of times. He goes down one more time. He's done. There's no more revives.
We got time. 154. I got a couple flashbangs.
That's it. No more ammo bags. This is it. This is all they have. Then they're going to have to pick up their dead partner's guns. What a firefight. This is insane. Both with precise aim. Their precision in shooting is just remarkable, making this a very good hold on RedRum's part. Frosty trying to draw some of the attention, throwing out what seems to be flashbangs. Trying to gain the upper hand. He's moving around as fast as he can. That cover giving him some help. Downing SoFlo. JJ finally out. He's finally eliminated. Now it's 2-3. SoFlo's already down. SoFlo gets down completely. I think that's it. I think that's entire RedRum.
It's open. It's open.
Oh my gosh, what a fight. Woo! I didn't see the other guys go down. I mean, there was just so much action happening. I couldn't see. Wow, Gutos and Frosty surviving for their team and coming out with a victory. Now the score is RedRum 3 and N.A.C. 4. Very, very intense firefight there. That could have gone either way. Kudos to both teams. Wow. Absolutely remarkable. Frosty getting 3 kills there.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. Chico able to get 1 kill, and it looks like that's not my Yob, ended up killing himself.
We're attacking their defense.
His survival tactics there are remarkable. Remarkable. I mean, any other player, you could find any other player and they would have found that to be a death trap. And Frosty's, he pulled it out, man. He not only was able to survive, but he was able to get his partner Gutos up, and they both were able to take it at the end. I mean, they really had no cover. They were running out of ammo completely. Definitely what probably saved them there were those flashbangs, but you don't see many people using flashbangs anymore. It's usually frags and it's usually ammo bags. But Frosty was running with some flashbangs there, and I believe that's what gave them the upper hand. I'm just going to read chat real quick. Wow, kudos to both teams.
You guys ready?
Looks good.
You're not ready to.
Yes, that Walzer, I agree 100%. There were so many revives there, so much support on the defense. I mean, it was just remarkable. The things I give up for the stream. Wait, what'd you give up? I don't know what you gave up. I'm refusing to do it right now. Titch, thank you so much, man. You're a sweet, sweet man. Brother to the north.
Dude,
I'd refuse to take out garbage too. Wow.
You did exactly what I thought we should.
Okay, so let's see how this round goes. Now, N.A.C. is on defense. This is a normal spot to defend. This seems to be a spawn point that presents itself more often than I would say some others. It looks like they may be putting down some jammers. Again, I don't really think these guys run with motion sensors. Of course, I was looking at chat, so I didn't get to check their loadouts. But the smart idea here would be holding the alleyways, all the alleyways, and determining where they're going to be coming from. RedRum is definitely going to push one of the alleys. I don't believe that they're going to be pushing this alley. If anything, they're going to go to the other end near the, near the market. That would make the most sense because it'd be very, very hard to flank and there's a lot more cover that way. So they're all going to be sitting? Where's NAC going to be sitting? They're still right next to the cars near those cinder blocks, and that's kind of a dangerous spot. They got to watch this market for a flank because this back alley can be dangerous. So it looks like Frosty's heading this way. I'm sure he's got one person on his 6. He's now wide open. This is a very, very risky move. He's out of breath. No more sprinting. Got to get his stamina. It looks like Gutos is with him. Frosty and Gutos seem to be teaming up. They're a very powerhouse duo here. Okay, definitely no one is coming from this direction. It looks like the entire team came this way. There's a good chance that they're going to be pulling a flank here. Yep, RedRum taking their time moving up. May have put them at a disadvantage. And please let me know about the volume, guys. If the game volume is too loud or if I'm too loud, please let me know and I'll adjust accordingly. There's still a firefight happening here in the middle. I was unable to tell how many people were actually there. It seemed as though they were only firing at one person. So Frosty's staying frosty and he's watching the flank. With the addition to this map having those green walls up, it's making it very difficult to have this crossfire across the middle ground. Here, Frosty's trusting his team to hold that cover fire while he watches the flank. Still, it's very quiet. This gunfire is definitely long-range gunfire right now. They're definitely not getting up and close. They're trying to keep their distance. It seems as though RedRum's trying to make them waste some ammo, but they are running with some ammo bags, and they also have an ammo box right next to them. And it seems as though NAC is just kind of running the time at the moment. If RedRum can take down that barricade on that door, they can sneak up that alley, but it seems as though NAC is holding that, preventing them from trying to take down that door. So clearly it didn't seem as though there was any kind of flank coming, so Crossing will support his team. They're all down here near that alley. There's no other direction that they can push. They blocked that alleyway, forcing RedRum to move into the middle. All waste their ammo. This is a long-range firefight. I don't know how this will end. It seems as though both teams are just going to keep their distance. There's no flanks. It doesn't seem as though anyone's going to try the flanks here. They're just holding the ground. They're running the time. They know that they have all the time in the world, and they're going to wait for RedRum to come to them. Right now, it's on RedRum to make the move and get that push. Try to take out as many people as possible. If they can get in close enough, they can throw those grenades and maybe take out a couple of members of NAC and force the retreat. It was a very good defensive hold on NAC's part, blocking that alleyway, forcing them to move to the center and sticking to this side of the map so that they can get a clear shot of both alleys here. It's going to be a very slow match. They only got 1 minute left on the clock.
They're going to push hard at this right alley, I think.
Excuse me.
Stairs and right alley.
Gunfire has ceased. RedRum may be trying to figure out some other strategy to proceed forward. They're gonna have a very difficult time getting past this defense here. But they're running out of ammo bags and the ammo boxes left. It looks as though Frosty is moving back to the laptop. He knows that there's very little time left, so there's the RedRum is gonna have to take them out first before they even get to the laptop. N.A.C may have this one in the bag. They definitely have to be down to about 20 seconds. Oh, Frosty's down by SoFlo. Other members of N.A.C coming around, taking out SoFlo in that alleyway.
Alright, boys.
Computer.
And that's it. N.A.C taking this round.
Yeah.
Making the score. RedRum 3,
Yeah, we
N.A.C
got them, man. With pink.
5.
Yeah. They had them pinned down.
I don't think I have enough water to handle this, guys. All right. Very good round. That was a very good defensive hold. Forced them to waste the time and essentially forced RedRum to only move in one direction. That was a beautiful defensive hold. I'm just going to check the chat right now. Kudos, I'll never know how to spell it.
Nice one, guys.
I love the wolf emotes there, Pharaoh. Thank you for showing those off. I also do have a hype one for tier 2 people who want to support me in that way. They can be assassin. I feel like motion sensors are good for defensive purposes, obviously, trying to get them in a spot like in the warehouse where they can cross those very large walls, especially like at the red door. If you can get your motion sensors there, you know, you can sit back and defend a little bit more comfortably. Am I going to stop by and watch you play Blair Witch? Heck yeah, dude. I want to see that game. Blair Witch looks amazing.
Okay, never mind. All right, that's
turn down what volume?
I'm just thinking the motion sensors, bro.
Yeah, for some reason the alerts work at times and then they don't work other times, so I do apologize about that. But thank you for the resub there, man. I really appreciate it. I'm going to assume that you mean the game audio is a little bit too loud, so I just turned that down just a tad.
Team 1 ready?
Oh, come on, computer. I need to clean you out. You're moving too slow. Of course, the batteries in my mouse might be dying too. I'm just pulling up the screen again and going back to chat. Sounds like it doesn't count. Insert Hannibal Buress whack meme. I don't even know what that is. Anyone die yet? Had to let dogs out in this hurricane. Yeah, RedRum lost, but it was a well-fought battle. Do I look... A lot of people think I look Italian. I know, man, but yeah, we'll work it out, Walzer. We'll definitely work it out. Okay, so I turned it down. Pharaoh, please let me know if this is better. I know sometimes game audio can always be louder. I can't get my mic to go any louder, so. But yeah, again, motion sensors are like any other piece of equipment. Place them everywhere, please. Like any other piece of equipment, if you're good at placing them, if you are strategic with it, they can definitely be an advantage. Alright, this is definitely a pinch point. This is where people tend to start firefights, especially teams that rush. I don't know. RedRum is not playing how I'm used to seeing them play, so my guess at what they're doing is as good as yours. But they are definitely playing a different game, and they are playing it well. It may be 3-5 right now, but they are playing remarkably well against the top team in the NAFWL right now. So it looks like N.A.C is taking their time. They're sticking to the left. If they stick to the left, they can prevent some sort of flank. Here's Frosty. He's getting down by SoFlo. And now, not my Yob. Down SoFlo. Looks like there's a firefight right here at a pinch point. most, if not all, of RedRum's down. Last person, Chico, downing Gutos and Iron Man, but gets eliminated himself by Frosty Boy, unfortunately. Chico almost having at least 3 members of N.A.C, but that's it. RedRum is down and leaving N.A.C the opportunity to move in and just take out that laptop. That was a really, really quick firefight. Again, very small corridors leads to very bad times when grenades are thrown. The laptop is open. Doesn't look like there's any contest here. Unfortunately for RedRum, N.A.C takes another point, making the score RedRum1. RedRum Team 1, a score of 3. N.A.C, score of 6. So that is now 9 rounds in total. Looks like we have 3 more rounds. So one more match, or one more round on this map at Docks, where N.A.C will defend. And then we have one more map after this. Again, I want to thank everybody for stopping on in. I appreciate it. If you are part of a league team, doesn't matter whether it's the NAFWL, the Pro League over in the UK, and I don't remember what the Australian league name is. If anyone knows what it is, please share it with me, because I would like to try to join their Discord and talk to some of the people there. It doesn't matter what league you're playing in. If you like this kind of commentary and you want to do it yourself, I can definitely talk to you about how I do it and how I like to set it up. Or if you'd like me to commentate, please let me know and I will do my best to arrange it. But thank you guys so much for stopping on in. I hope you have enjoyed yourself thus far. We are almost done with tonight's match between RedRum1 and the Notorious Assassin crew. And so far, it has been one heck of a fight. One heck of a fight. Please do keep in mind that the standings of each team are as follows. N.A.C, they are in first place, last time I checked, with 87 points. And Team RedRum1 is in 8th place with 44 points. If you guys want to check that for me, make sure that that's accurate. I appreciate it. But I just checked that before I started the stream, and I believe that those were the most current standings that we do have. So this goes to show that it doesn't matter what place you are on the leaderboard. If you are a good team, if you're very dedicated and motivated to do well, you can do just about anything and really give even the best team in the league a run for their money. I'm so proud of RedRum1 for doing this, and I'm so proud for N.A.C putting up a good fight and doing as good as they're doing. Very, very good work on both sides. Scrub Squad. Push left, no right, turn around in front. Titch, I watch that often, and yes, absolutely hilarious. And I'm down to co-host. I saw that, Pharaoh, and I'm definitely down to have a co-host. I know Walzer wanted to try it and will continue to try it. And, you know, on days that one of you can't do it, I'm definitely down, man. And I have checked your whispers, Pharaoh. Absolutely. I don't want you to think that I've ignored you. I've checked all of your whispers, and I will be sure to respond to them. I just want to avoid doing so on stream because I want to try to focus on this as much as possible. But, yeah, I'm not ignoring you, bro. I will definitely respond to you after. It plays correctly and they're useful with some teams probably. Thankfully, my team favors Perk Ninja. And yes, Assassin, that is the kryptonite to the motion sensors running Ninja. Absolutely true. And Ninja is used a heck of a lot, especially in maps like FOB and Office.
All right, so straight left, catch them when they're on the way down, or what?
Yeah,
put your mines right here. Yeah, put your mines right there.
I'm free. I'm hella down. Okay. You know you can always hit me up as well. Absolutely, guys. If you guys really enjoy this and you actually want to run your own, stream like this, please let me know and I can help you. Essentially work up a layout so that you guys can do this. I'll just quickly show you guys what I do, and you can do your own commentating, or you can co-host. I'd love to co-host with all of you. I think it's fun. We all have really good relationships. So it looks like here they are posting up on both sides, watching to see where RedRum is coming, which side they're going to push from. It seems as though they're pushing from the right side here. And they're kind of stacking up more on this side. There's a good chance that another pair of RedRum teammates are going to be pushing from the other side. So if I were them, I would definitely keep an eye on the 6. Eye on the left there. to prevent any kind of flank from occurring. It looks like Frosty, I don't know if his ears just perked, but he moved just as I said that, watching the left side. Members of Team RedRum could very well just be distracting them and pulling them all to one side, allowing the other members to push from behind. Being pushed up this far, even though they are near the laptop, but being pushed up this far from the back can be dangerous because the opposing team can flank all the way around and come up from behind, which I have a feeling is going to happen. Crazy Strings knocking down Iron Man twice. Iron Man goes down one more time. He's eliminated, and no more revives available for him. He needs to stay in cover and be careful.
Iron Man's down twice.
But Crazy String seems to be the only one up there that I can tell. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't doubt that there is some hard flank happening here.
I can take a peek here again. Oh, I see a laser here.
And it seems as though Frosty and Iron Man here both have the same idea, that there could be a hard flank, but there is very little movement coming from this side. It's very hard to tell what RedRum is trying to do here, but they are definitely keeping NAC on their toes, making them question where they are coming from. They're appearing very, very dangerous at this point because they could really only identify one person up on that side, and they can't find any other members of the RedRum team. You can even hear it in their voices. They're a little bit flustered, trying to figure out where they're coming from.
Yeah, I got rollies too. They put their face in here. They're dead. Okay, yeah, let's hold this back here, no? Yeah.
It sounds like they want to hold in the back a little bit further, which might be a good idea because they can only come from a couple of directions if they push back into a corner a little bit and hold there. Then again, you don't have as much cover as you might have out here near the containers and the boxes and the crane. Look at all those emotes in the chat. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome.
So they're down. The firewall's down.
Alright, so it looks like they finally pushed up far enough to get the firewalls down. Now they just got to move into the laptop. They got an idea where they are, and there's a strong chance that RedRum recognizes that N.A.C. has not pushed out. They have not spread out, and they're sitting near the laptop. I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of grenades flew very, very soon. They're looking through these wheel wells so that they can maintain cover well. So Frosty dropping Crazy Strings. SoFlo getting the revive on Crazy Strings just in time. That's Not My Yob drops him again. Crazy Strings finally eliminated by That's Not My Yob. Still sitting near that big wheel, keeping that cover. That's very hard for RedRum to shoot through. Very good defensive position. So now it's 4 against 3. NAC with one more player on their team. Frosty dropping back to make sure that there is no hard flank. And he anticipated correctly. There is a flank coming. Frosty Boy dropping Chico. Eliminating Chico. Guto's downing JJ. Now it is 1v4. And SoFlo now finally being dropped and ending this round. Wow. Wow. The patience by NAC allowed them to capitalize on that, and very good communication allowed them to, take down all the players of RedRum. The anticipation of that hard flank really saved them in the end there. If they did not sit back, or if they did not go back and check behind that, I don't know, that room. I don't know what you would call that little post up there, but that room there, that little office building, if they did not go back there to check on that, that could have been their demise. All right, I'm going to go back to chat and just check it out. Loving all the emote spams here, guys. Keep that up.
Defending first. Copy.
Never seen NAC hesitate like this. Yeah, that really speaks to the intimidation of RedRum1. I mean, even RedRum, they're playing a very different game than what I'm familiar in seeing them play. And they're playing it very, very well, and they've been able to capitalize and get at least 3 wins tonight. So right now, it's, what was it, 3-10? No, 3-9?
What's up, boys?
No, that wouldn't make sense. 3-8. So it's 3-8 right now. And if is it 3-8? Guys, are you keeping score? I was keeping score and I just lost track. I do apologize.
When I said you guys, I meant everybody but.
That's what happens when RedRum gets into the lobby. They were pushing and lost 2 games. Change up straight to help counter. Yep.
Work tomorrow, so. All right, so what are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
3-7. Thank you very much, Crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I lost track there, but 3-7. That would make sense. If you're on the last map, that leaves you only two rounds left. So if this is the last map, then you got 2 rounds left. Yeah, it would be 3-7.
Yeah, another motion sensor. Yeah, we're attacking. Absolutely.
All right, so looks like NAC is going to be attacking first, and the last map, guys, is going to be the Office. This is a very, very popular map. A lot of people love the Office. I personally love the Office. I think it's a great map. And little fun fact, from what I hear, and I would like to be fact-checked on this, the Office is actually designed around fairly closely to the actual layout of the First Contact Entertainment Office. If that is true, that's awesome. That's what I heard, and I'm going to choose to believe it because, I mean, that's just really, really cool. It's a very nice looking office. So they're attacking first, so there's a good chance that it's not, I'm trying to think, down near the computers on the first floor. Then again, there's a couple spawn points where on defense, it's not always in the same place, even though that the attacking team spawns there. Sometimes the spawn point for the laptop changes. But they're going to push all the way to the left here, which would make the most sense because they can't get flanked. There's a very strong chance, though, that the Team RedRum is below them right now, protecting the laptop, and they're probably holding the back left corner, which is where I believe them to be. And if that's the case, they're going to be near all the computers. It looks very much like this room, but downstairs. Nope, they're in the. Are they in the glass room? I couldn't see. He didn't look to the left. I couldn't tell if it was downstairs or not.
No, I think we need to. Let's check this hallway and cafeteria, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, someone in his chat said it was the glass room. The glass room is a very hard area to breach because there's only 2 entrances. And I would believe that they put up door blockers, but that's usually not RedRum's style. So I wouldn't be surprised if no door blockers were up. Instead, they have grenades aimed and ready for when a door opens.
I see 1, 2, a lot.
They're definitely all going to be sitting in there. That is a very strong position to hold, and this is going to be a very hard breach for NAC. That's why you could hear something, moaning a bit. I wouldn't doubt that someone also has. Oh, okay, so they do have a door blocker on this door, forcing the entrance into the other door, which they probably also have a C4 on. If they have a C4 on there, they're going to wait for the door to open and then try to close it, and maybe even open it up and then blow the C4. There's a C4 on this door as well. I don't know if Frosty could actually see it, but it's not actually on the door itself. It's right around the door frame, which is the smartest move because if someone's trying to break down this door, this door blocker, and then they open the door itself, or like if they're near it, they can see the C4, but if you put it just to the side of the door, they won't be able to actually see the C4 unless they're looking for it.
Yeah, I have it.
And it seems as though someone in the stream is actually giving them some comms themselves, so they're getting an extra pair of eyes. They definitely saw the C4 there as well.
Did you open that door there? Let me know.
And they're just going to play a little peekaboo here. Frosty dropping Crazy, and they're going to try to get that revive. Crazy going to go down again. SoFlo getting the revive on Crazy. Crazy goes down one more time. He's dead. There's no reviving him. Those shots are so deadly accurate by Frosty. It's amazing. Goodos eliminating Crazy Strings. He's down for the 3rd time. There's no surviving that. Iron Man downing SoFlo. And this breach ended RedRum, making the score 3-8. Incredible push by NAC. Their deadly accuracy with their shots is what saved them in that round. The quick open of the door, peekaboo shooting, the in and out, the strafing and shooting, they were not expecting that. Crazy could have, he probably could have pre-fired, but to expect such accurate shots, I mean, NAC is just, those shots were so dead on. That was a really good attempt by RedRum, but a remarkable push by N.A.C. That is a very hard room to breach. I wonder what it's like to shoot people somewhere that looks like work.
I mean, you suck,
well,
and I hope you choke
Pharaoh,
on
you
that
say extra eyes. I don't know if anyone is stream sniping. I will admit, because he is watching Frosty's stream, he probably saw the red outline of the C4 just like I did. So if he caught that, then I wouldn't necessarily say that's stream sniping. I think that was just good observation. I don't know if Frosty saw it, but when he opened that door, he sprinted, which leads me to believe that he didn't see it.
Fucking Chico kept shutting that fucking door on me.
But yes, if there is any stream sniping going on, if anyone is in here and they're stream sniping, please don't do that. It is definitely against the rules, and if that happens, then you're going to put your team at a disadvantage because it will be reported and the game will be, they will be punished in some capacity.
I think we're good here, right?
All right, guys, we are moving into the last round of this match between RedRum Team 1 and N.A.C. At present, the score is RedRum Team 1 with 3 wins and N.A.C., the Notorious Assassin crew, with 8. We are ending tonight's stream at the office, and now N.A.C. is going to be defending against RedRum, and we'll see how well RedRum can push N.A.C. on this defensive position. I still have to take out the guard. Well, you won't have to wait much longer, Titch. This matchup is almost over. This is the last round. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you have not yet, hit that follow button. Please do so. The more we have in this community, the better. The more advertisement we can get for this game, and the bigger the community, the better. It's always better when there's more of us. So be sure to hit that follow button. If you want to support me in a greater way, a few of you already have tonight. Titch, Pharaoh, thank you guys so much for resubbing. I really appreciate that. I love you guys. You know, we've been sticking it out for a long time together, and we're really supportive of each other. But if you don't have the money to subscribe, don't feel bad. You're not obligated to do so. If you find that you have the extra income and you want to, I can't tell you how much I would appreciate that, but obviously don't feel obligated to. But if you want to show some love through some sort of compensation, you can always get free bits by watching ads. It seems as though that's only available right now on the PC and not mobile. So it looks like N.A.C. is going to be protecting the server room. This is another very good position. Titch with more bits. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You're a rule moderator. I did not know that, Assassin. This is good to know. All right, so this is a very good area to hold. So they put down a motion sensor. This is a perfect opportunity. People are going to sit back here. So I always find this dangerous because I've seen more people lose a match by sitting back here than actually win. They did put down some motion sensors. They did put down jammer, I believe. And they're going to try to hold this. But this is very dangerous for when people throw grenades. Frosty downing SoFlo, though. And then Crazy downing Frosty. Iron Man downing Crazy. And Frosty gets revived. SoFlo is eliminated by Frosty Boy. Iron Man also eliminating Crazy String. So those 2 downs were cleaned up. Chico eliminating Gutos. Now it's 2v3. Iron Man downing Chico and eliminating JJ and Chico. And that's it. The match is over. And N.A.C. walks away with another win in the books, leaving the final score, RedRum Team 1 with 3 wins and N.A.C. with 9 wins. I believe, I'd have to check this, the actual leaderboard. I don't know if N.A.C. actually, I think this is the least number of points N.A.C. has gotten during the entire league. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong. I will fact check that. But if anything, this is the lowest score that they have gotten. Whether this is the first time they got it or the second time they got it. But I want to congratulate both teams for providing us with such great entertainment. They both did very, very well. Both teams pushed really, really hard, fought really, really hard. Both teams are miraculous. Each player is a fantastic player, and I know I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself too. Thank you, Walzer, for coming on in. Thank you, Titch, for coming on in. Everybody who has been here in the chat with me, I appreciate you guys stopping on in. I know that there has been a high demand for me to do this again, and I will continue to do this to support this game and support this league. I think that NAFWL, this being the first season, it really needs a little bit more advertisement, and this is one way to do it. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Again, if you are interested, go ahead and hit that follow button. If you want to show some more love, you can go ahead and get some free bits and shoot them over my way, or you can save up those bits and shoot them your favorite streamer's way. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you for joining me in this North American Firewall League match between RedRum Team 1 and N.A.C. Be on the lookout for future commentary work by me for not only this league but other leagues as well. And until next time, folks, peace.
Let's do this. Oh shit.